live on Mixler.com. In due course, we'll be opening the phone line so you, our distinguished listeners, to join the conversation from wherever you are. Stay tuned. Once again, you are welcome. Today is the 18th day of the 6th month of the year 2020, 1806-2020. It's a Thursday, and you are welcome. Straight to the papers. I have 3 newspapers with me right here: The Guardian, The Punch, and Tribune newspaper. Very interesting headlines right here, and I think I'm going to start with The Guardian. Confusion as APC gets 4 chairmen in one day. You're wondering how? Okay, so we have Eta Giadom in battle of wits, lawyers dear NWC on Ajimobi, no extension of deadlines on Edo Guba polls, INEC vows. That's on the front page of The Guardian newspaper. On the front page of The Punch newspaper, we have Obaseki Tambua Secondus meet perfect defection plan, and there's a writer that confusion in the APC as 2 acting national chairmen emerge. Party may expel Giadom for declaring self-chair to replace Oshio Mole. Ajimobi sues for peace, says National Executive Council will meet soon. That's on front page of the Punch newspaper. We also have this on the front page of the Tribune newspaper. APC rolls in crisis. ETA stands in for Ajimobi, leads National Working Committee in acting capacity. So we have an acting chairman. Okay. Sets up Uzodimma. Led 7-man panel for Edo primaries. Giadom parading court order. Declares self-acting chairman. Reverses Edo screening process. Obaseki says no new party destination yet. Carter Jones suit challenging Izeyamu's eligibility. And I also continue with the Tribune newspaper. Other headlines right there on COVID-19. Private hospital shot in Plateau. 17 workers test positive. Buhari wants international community to share knowledge. Health ministers lament Nigeria's inability to meet basic medical needs. And we have worship centers won't be reopening in Ekiti. That's page 7. That particular news is on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. We also have UN Security Council condemns acts of terrorism in Nigeria. Insecurity in northern extension of Boko Haram activities, says JNI. You have NSA IGP orders visit Katsina. That's on page 3 of the Tribune newspaper. Also on the Tribune newspaper, I'm still with the Tribune newspaper. NNPC mulls growing nation's reserve to 40 billion barrels by 2023. Says Milik Kiari now at the NNPC GMD. That's on page 25 of the Tribune newspaper. Now on page 4 of the Tribune newspaper, we have this story. The reps query 475 billion naira spent on Empower. Empower in 4 years. You know Empower now. Even though they are owing, or some claim they are owing them for about 2 or 3 months now. So the House of Reps, Federal House of Reps, is looking into it. Reps query 475 billion naira spent on Empower in 4 years. That's on page 4 of the Punch newspaper. On page 8 of the same, Tribune newspaper, federal government tackles Atiku over comment on rising debt. Not lie. Yeah, debt is rising. Federal government tackles Atiku over comment of rising debts. Page 8 of the Punch, the Tribune newspaper. Let me quickly jump to the Punch now. We have fuel consumption, smuggling, go up 54 million liters per day. That's according to the NNPC, and that story is on page 22 of the Punch newspaper. Fuel consumption, smuggling, go up 54 million liters per day. There's a picture of Minister for Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola. Okay, here's what he's saying. Federal government unveils plans on concession of 10 highways. Federal government unveils fresh plans on concession of 10 highways. That's on page 22 of the Punch newspaper. Atiku is ill-informed. Federal government faults ex-VP on debt profile. Atiku is ill-informed. The federal government faults ex-vice president on death profile. That's page 9 of the Punch newspaper. Also, Balarabe, kidnap kingpin Wadume are close friends. Oh, really? Okay. That's the military chief here saying the military chief and the kidnap kingpin, they are close friends. Strange bedfellows. Page 10 of the Punch newspaper. They said Balarabe, how can a military chief and a kidnap kingpin be close friends? I don't know what kind of friendship.
Welcome to Nigeria.
What kind of friendship is that one?
Well, I think it's about money exchanging hands.
Okay.
Where money is concerned, money unites, money separates,
And money talks.
So if the deal is right, I mean, if the talking is money wise, well, they would be friends. Well, maybe in a country like ours, anyway.
Wow. Well, you have some stories on the Tribune newspaper there.
Banner headline of the Nigerian Tribune, of course, it's still about APC.
Everywhere.
Rules in crisis. ITA stands in for Ajimobi. Leads NWC in acting capacity. State of Uzodin Mallet 7-man panel for Edo primaries. Gedon Paladin court order declares self-acting chairman. Reverses Edo screening process. Obaseki says no new party destination yet. Court adjourned challenging the Yamu's eligibility. All these on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune.
All right, thank you so much for that. Let's take more stories from the Guardian now. Federal government okays 27 billion naira bailout for local airlines sector. Offers soft loans, VAT removal, free COVID-19 tests as palliatives. And also, our WHO endorses dexamethasone for treating chronic COVID-19 cases. Oh, okay. Nigeria ready for global action against disease, says Buhari. That's on the Guardian. We have some tragic stories here. Lightning kills three FRSC officials in Ogun. It is well. 30 of the Nigerian Tribune. And 2 minors die as the building collapses in Lagos. Big 30 of the Nigerian Tribune. Wow. Sultan indicts federal government for pervasive insecurity, urges immediate action. That news can be found on page 3 of the Guardian. And we have Senate flees NNPC over outrageous subsidy expenditure. That's also on page 3 of the Guardian.
Also, security and economy. UN Security Council condemns acts of terrorism in Nigeria. And reps query 475 billion naira spent on end power in 4 years.
Okay. Enugu confirms 19 new COVID-19 cases. Shuts hospital over rising workers' infection. That's on page 4 of the Guardian.
And observer 2014 audit query. Reps group Jonathan administration's revenue profile. Summon NNPC, CBN, customs, others. That's page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune.
And well, if you'll be groaning and talking about this at home, it's already made its way to the pages of the newspaper. Food items push further Nigeria's inflation by 0.06% in May. Ebonyi, Bayelsa, Edo record highest increase in food prices. It's a serious matter.
You know this food thing, just hold 20,000 naira in your hand, and by the time pull out
one poly bag, yeah, and that's the end.
And it's great to wonder, what did I do with this? Well,
inflation right there.
Okay, I think you already took this. NNPC mills growing nations to be served to 40 billion barrels by 2023. That's coming from Kiari and then the NNPC boss there.
Yeah, well, I hope they stop declaring losses, especially with our refineries. Then we'll start taking them serious. Businesses must strive to fulfill state obligations, LCCI tells Lagos State government, as Lagos rolls out more COVID-19 palliatives for MSMEs. That's on page 16 of the Guardian newspaper.
And as still security, NSA security chiefs visit Katsina, the president's home state. And insecurity in North, extension of Boko Haram activities, says JNI, page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune.
A very interesting story from Katsina. The leader of protest has been arrested. While a lot of people are calling for his release, I'm like, somebody is saying that you are killing my people and yet you are arresting him. Is that the solution? Solve the problem. You are arresting the...
Well, they have no right to protest.
I hope they do. Well, just like you read now, they're visiting the place. I mean, the security chiefs now.
So they're asking them to shut up and not complain.
Why they're killing their men? I mean, who does that? Who does that? Well, we hope they do the right thing in Mr. President's state for now. We hope they do the right thing. We just hope they do the right thing. All right, let's see if we have more stories before we go to sports.
Okay, AFCC Abuja Zonal Office recovered 1.5 billion naira at $10,386 and 730,500 euro in 1 year. Page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. We also have the FCC rearranged former AGF Aduke Aliu for money laundering.
Sounds interesting. Well, I think I'll just go to sports here. We have a couple of stories right here. Rangers Eyimba still waiting for FIFA's directive on post-COVID-19 tournament right here. And I have a picture speak. Arsenal fans, sorry, Man City welcomed Arsenal as the English Premier League resumed yesterday. It was 3-0. Yeah. Very bad day to be an Arsenal fan for them yesterday. Okay, what's up? UEFA confirmed 8-team knockout tournament for Champions League. And finally, on the Guardian sports page, Eriko still sad over unjust sack after Mali 2002 Nations Cup.
And from Oyo State, Makinde, a man of his word. So that comes from the 3SC GM, that's General Manager. Words of commendation for Governor Sheyi Makinde. And CAF, Watford celebrates Igalu.
It means they are fine. When you see people saying somebody is a good man, it means they are cool with him. They are very happy with him. Things are going well, and say most likely the benefits, the allowances, salaries are coming regularly. So yeah, you're a good man. I hope it will continue. We pray it continues so that they will continue to sing his praises, that way. Because Nigerians now, if anything should turn like this, you only change one time. So but
must always be on the winning side.
In short, 3SC is saying, Mr. Governor, you are doing well. You are doing well. you are doing well. All right. Time check, 6:46 a.m. Destination time, 7:30 a.m. Let's see how this goes. We'll take a couple of major stories in the newspapers. I'll quickly take this from the Punch newspaper. You still have some sports stories you want us to take? I don't see much. It was majorly about the Premiership yesterday. Man City trashing Arsenal. I hope they can talk this morning. Buluaji comes on here. We'll leave that for them. All right. Obaseki Tamboa Secondus meet perfect defection plan. Okay. And talking about the confusion in the APC acting national chairman, acting national chairman and the likes. Let's take this story. There was confusion in Nigeria's ruling party, the All Progressive Congress, on Wednesday as it produced 2 acting national chairmen within a period of 12 hours. Amid the confusion in the APC, the Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, was disqualified by the party from contesting its June 22 governorship primary, met with the governors of the opposition, People's Democratic Party, in Abuja on Wednesday night. It was learned that Obaseki met the PDP governors to perfect his defection to the opposition party following his resignation from the APC. The APC leadership problem began on Tuesday when the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja suspended its national chairman, Mr. Adams Oshiomhole. Following Oshiomole's suspension, the APC National Working Committee, during an emergency meeting, appointed the former Oyo State Governor, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, as the acting national chairman. But the APC's Deputy National Secretary, Victor Giedom, during a press conference at the party's National Secretariat at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, declared himself as the acting national chairman and went ahead to nullify the screening conducted last week for Edo State governorship aspirants. It was accompanied to the press conference by the two members of the party's National Working Committee, respectively the Deputy Organizing Secretary, Mohamed Ibrahim, and the National Vice Chairman, Northeast, Mustafa Saliu. A few minutes after Giadom and the two National Working Committee members left the National Secretariat, the National Vice Chairman, South, Elia Deta, led 15 other national officers of the party into the building to address a press conference at 11:22 a.m. ETA, on behalf of others, disowned Giadom and affirmed Ajimobi as acting chairman. The APC National Working Committee, in a statement after its meeting on Tuesday evening, justified the appointment of Ajimobi with provisions of Section 14, subsection 2, paragraph 3 of its constitution. And the story continues and continues and continues. Obaseki Tambo as Condes meets perfect defection plan. Whoa.
You know, for me, the question is, where is Mr. President? In all these,
I can assure you he's in the villa.
And the house seems to be crumbling around him, and
it's unfortunate.
Mr. President has been quiet.
2 press releases from the same National Secretariat in one day. One person declared himself de facto chairman, gave a ruling like a military whatever. Another group came in with their own members, affirmed somebody, but then even though the person they affirmed is still not available, somebody said audio chairman. I don't know. I don't understand what that means, but somebody said, you know. So they eventually now had to bring in someone else, okay, the chairman, and call that one another acting. That person will be acting on behalf of the acting chairman. No, that's why the word acting chairman came in. And like, what's going on?
And honestly, all these seems to be all about individual interest.
Clearly.
Group interest now, and you actually begin to wonder again, like I said, where is Mr. President? Then looking at things from a broader perspective, that your personal opinion now, is Comrade Oshomole the problem? Talking about what exactly went wrong with APC.
I think every fish will always rot from the head. So yeah, sometimes you cannot, but you always have to put the blame. It always rises and falls on leadership. So it's a function of how we as manage the house in time. But it just shows the cracks. This recent development only helps to reveal the cracks in their wall, and which could have been solved via credible leadership. His style of leadership, I think, must have led to this. See, the truth is there will always be differences, dissenting voices and all that. Your ability to manage it is what will determine whether you move forward or not. I was watching a program on TV yesterday, and while there are about 3 guests, 2 of them were very vocal, one was not so vocal, but was making a very valid point. That, see, all these things we are saying, that you people are fighting each other, precedence is there. And there's something called inductive wisdom. Something happened in 1988, happened again in 2008, happened again in 2018. There's a very high probability that it will happen in 2028. And what was the person trying to say? This thing, you drag yourself to court, Zamfara. You drag yourself to court, Rivers. Bayelsa.
Same way.
If you continue like this with Edo State, unfortunately, their governor has even resigned, which means there's already a division in that, they currently don't own the governor's, house or whatever, and the paraphernalias that come with it. They need to first and foremost fix that, leadership, that management, administrative problem at the headquarters first. How can 2 groups come and address conference in the same secretariat? They need to fix that.
I honestly thought that by yesterday that secretariat would have been sealed off. By security agents to prevent a possible breakdown of law and order.
Well, don't waste too much time on. I hope they just feel. You have one story for us there. Enough of party politics. We hope they fix it themselves.
The N-Power story and
over 400 billion.
75 billion spent on N-Power in 4 years. That's on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. The House of Representatives Committee on Public Accounts on Wednesday queried the whopping sum of 475 billion allegedly spent on the N-Power scheme between 2016 and 2020. One agency stipulated that the sum of 474 billion 961 million 312,112 naira 42 kobo was expended on N-Power since inception. The Assistant Director Administration, Mr. Anakat Okon, who spoke on behalf of the N-Power National Coordinator, disclosed that the sum of 421 billion for 525,909 425,909,355 had been expended so far. According to him, 200,000 young Nigerians between the ages of 18 to 35 were employed in the first batch of the scheme, which started in June 2016, while payment commenced in December 2016. Reps query 475 billion allegedly spent on N-Power in 4 years. Now, over 11,000 beneficiaries yet to be paid since January, claims coordinator.
Wow. I hope some fraud will not. Well, let's see how it goes, because that they could not even pay salaries or their stipends. I'm wondering what exactly is going on.
I know so much has been spent. The unemployment rate is still rather high.
No, now that they are not paying them, those guys are almost equal to not being employed, if you ask me, because they are home and they are not dry. You know, they can't make ends meet. For those who depend on that stipend, you know, it's really worrying, if you ask me. There's this story here also. $6.3 million fraud. 6 Nigerians placed on FBI most wanted list. You know, when you hear things like this, and somebody who once was on Empower, I'm just trying to connect it, you know, and, you know, we're talking of youth restiveness and all that. These guys, for 3 months, nothing coming in. I'm not justifying Yahoo here. I would never. I mean, we should never. We should always condemn it. But then, you know, at high do hand sometimes.
I know issues with implementation sometimes when we have these social empowerment programs. Again, I want to recall that even in the midst of crisis, look at the advanced nations of the world in the midst of COVID-19, you could actually see people queuing up in a very organized manner. People who lost their jobs at that point in time actually latching on to the already existing unemployment schemes. I mean, the social empowerment schemes for the unemployed. And these things are always available. I mean, perfect. Even if you try to cut corners, I mean, for instance, like as Nigerians sometimes do, you are employed, you still go and queue for unemployment benefits. They have a system that will find you out immediately. My point here is that these things are always so well organized in other climes.
Very true.
So I think the problem here, well, there may be some elements of corruption actually, but the major problem here is with the implementation. Even if there is corruption and a lot of people actually get to benefit from these things and appropriately in so saying, I mean, we wouldn't still be talking so much about unemployment, about youth restiveness and crime at this time.
You're very right. Very, so on point right there. And I hope, I mean, the government does the right thing, because it always falls and rises and falls on government. I hope you know this. NNPC continues always search in Niger, Kwara and Kogi. You keep sinking money here.
And it's all still... I mean, do we still have so much to gain from petroleum? I thought we were supposed to be exploring gas now.
Well, I hope we're doing the right thing. Just a precursor to the story I want to take. Fuel consumption, smuggling up 54 million liters per day. I mean, that's something that is because we're supposed to make money from there. So if some people are smuggling it, but if they can calculate it, and we know that this amount of money is being smuggled out of the country or smuggled to some locations, whether within or without, we should be able to do something about it. Well, that statement was made by the NNPC, and quickly take it. Nigerians and neighboring countries that benefit from smuggling consume 54 million liters of petrol. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has said. The group managing director of the NNPC, Mele Kyari, said this at an interactive hearing on exiting petroleum subsidy, ensuring self-sufficiency in domestic refining of petroleum products. The event was organized by the Joint Senate Committee on Petroleum Resources, Upstream and Downstream, on Tuesday evening. Kyari said the corporation did not know the exact liters of petrol being consumed in the country per day. They agree. He, however, said the NNPC had the record of the number of liters being lifted from the various depots every day. The national oil firm had put the daily consumption of petrol in Nigeria based on product evacuation record at the depot at about 54 million liters. The NNPC boss told the senators the subsidy payment covered every liter evacuated from the depot, but that not all the product go to the end user. He said, we don't know how much petroleum products we consume daily in this country, but we know how much of the product that is taken out of the depot. This year, around 54 million liters of petroleum products are evacuated from the depot daily, but the consumption is somewhere below that. The NNPC has no knowledge of the amount of products that are transported through Nigeria's borders to neighboring countries. Something went through the border and you say you don't know. A tanker is not a needle now that can...
so many things pass through our borders
and we don't know. All right. Fuel consumption, smuggling go up 54 million liters per day, says NNPC.
And who are the fuel smugglers? I mean, people who indulge in that are not small boys. Definitely, it's the people in high places.
So cute.
And you know, that reminds me, you know, when you talk of even bunkering or bunkering now, some of these tankers or oil theft, some of these tankers, you see them, they go to the pipelines escorted by armed soldiers. Everyday armed soldiers.
Yeah, right. And that's how they get to perpetrate whatever they do. And that's how they walk through and all that now. So they say, it's one general, one somebody that owns something, one highly placed person. So which custom officer will stop a soldier man from?
Yeah, so if NNPC is complaining now, they shouldn't be looking at ordinary Nigerians. They should look at the
they know it's not ordinary Nigerians.
And the big boys that do business.
I'm pretty sure they know. The person making the statement knows. They know, and they know these people. That's one funny thing. They know themselves. They know themselves. This story directly connects to it, but it's worrying. Worrying because if you attempt to pay for anything in dollars right now, you will almost cry. Naira slumps to 452 to $1. As speculations depth weakened market. The dollar exchanged for 452 at the parallel market on Wednesday over speculations by operators in the market and the effect of the country's rising foreign debt. This is not funny.
And at the end of it, the loans we are taking out may not amount to much at the end of the day. I mean, in terms of what we can do, I don't know what we can do with those loans.
I remember when this thing started, was it in 2016, late 2016 to early 2017? And it was rising and rising like this. It affected everything. The dollar to Naira exchange rate. I hope the CBN is looking out to do something urgently about this. Imagine people who sell goods that are imported from maybe China or UK or whatever. It will be dangerous for those people right now, because by the time they run out of stock and they want to get more from abroad, it will be serious wahala.
Even the Chukwuemeka that wants to sell you an electric stove will tell you that the exchange rate has risen, and that he just has to add something astronomical to what is selling to you.
I hope they do the right thing at the right time.
Let me take this human angle story here, a sad one actually. 4 students found dead in a boyfriend's hostel in Osun.
Are they still in school?
I wonder. Okay. That's the big question. There was pandemonium in Ire community in Bodepe local government area of Osun State when a 21-year-old female student of the Federal University, Oyekiti Foye Miss Fadirera, was found dead in her boyfriend's hostel room. Although circumstances surrounding the lady's death were still sketchy as of the time of finding this report, Nigerian Tribune gathered that the deceased came to visit her boyfriend, identified as Ayo, who is a student of the Osun State Polytechnic Hospital Iwe. A source informed Nigerian Tribune that the deceased visited her boyfriend alongside her course mate. The body of the deceased was found in the room of her boyfriend located around Koko area of Ire after one Alhaji Koko Abubakar reported the incident to the police. However, Ayo was said to have escaped after the incident, and policemen have launched manhunt to arrest him. When contacted on Wednesday, the State Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO, Mrs. DMC Palola, confirmed the developments, adding that investigation was already ongoing to unravel the cause of death of the lady. 4 students found dead in boyfriend's hostel in Osun.
Serious matter. These people,
I know, and they are not supposed to be in school.
Exactly. I mean, I wonder why parents will allow. I don't even know what to say. Seriously, unfortunately, the boy is not anywhere to be found right now.
Maybe my dad might be able to make some explanations.
Well,
and what if you need to have a hand in the lady, the woman, the girls that will, it's understandable if he runs initially, because he will be scared.
Definitely, a young man who doesn't know what could happen.
He's the prime suspect.
Time check, 7:05 a.m. Destination time, 7:30 a.m. It's the conversation with Dayo and Tola right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM. We'll take a couple of more stories and then we'll open the phone lines for you to join the conversation.
My brother, before you go on,
please go ahead.
There's this story. You remember the Oluyole flood?
Yes.
This one says the bodies of the remaining 2 victims
have been found.
Those that went missing.
Bodies clearly means they're dead. It is so rest in perfect peace. I want to take this story of Mr. Asoja and kidnapper, the wonderful friends. Balarabe, kidnapped Kingpin Wadume are close friends, says the ex-DCO. And that's on page 10 of the Punch newspaper. A former divisional crime officer in charge of the EB police station, ASP Andona AOB, who was arrested for involvement in the release of Taraba kidnapped kingpin Bala Hamisu aka Wadume, has disclosed that Captain Tijani Balarabe was a close acquaintance of the suspect. We might need to define acquaintance here. The ASP, who has been dismissed from service for aiding Wadume's escape, also said Balarabe asked him for the key to remove the handcuffs on Wadume after the 3 policemen and 2 civilians were killed by the soldiers. He stated this in a statement dated August 14, 2019, made to the Joint Investigation Panel set up by the Chief of Defense Staff. Wadume was allegedly assisted to escape on August 6 by soldiers attached to Battalion 93 Takum, led by Balarabe, after the police team which arrested him came under attack from the troops. The ex-DC also said Balarabe asked him to deny seeing Wadume in handcuffs, adding that he put pressure on him on the issue. Okay. Balarabe, kidnapped Kingpin Wadume are close friends. What a set of friends. That's on page 10 of the Punch newspaper.
A strong bedfellows.
Wonderful. We'll do for commercial break. We'll go on this break. When we're back, we'll open the phone lines.
And Tola.
Are you aware that you can now obtain your certificate of occupancy in just 60 days under the Oyo State Homeowner Starter Scheme, OYHOC? Just buy the OYHOC recharge card for 6,000 naira only from the Office of Lands in the local government, LCDA, or at the Secretariat, Agodi. Register your application by following instructions on the back of the recharge card, as the PIN number on the recharge card is the application number, and only applications with a vital PIN will be processed. The good news is that CFO processing fee for various types of properties are affordable and can be paid instrumentally digitally. Not only that, your CFO can be used for bank loan or any financial transaction. It is now digitalized, so information on it can be accessed anytime, anywhere in the world. Hurry up! This offer is only available to the 31st of December 2020. For further inquiries, call 0700-696-52637.
Ṣé ọ̀nà fún àyà tàbí inú rẹ̀ ń gbóná ni inú rẹ̀ ń dàrú? Andrews liver salt ti ń gbógun ti inú kíkún àti àyà títa ní wàrà ń ṣẹ̀ṣà. Tí àyípadà kò bá sí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ méjì, lọ rí dókítà rẹ o.
Conversation with Dayo and Tola.
So glad to know you're there. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM. Time check 7:09 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. It's Conversation with Dayo and Tola. Are you just tuning in? I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
Tola Teriba.
All right, you're welcome. Phone line is open 08055009850. 08055009850. Seems we have a very first caller here.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
You're on. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Faladun, right?
Yeah, right.
All right. Please go ahead, sir.
We have to accept this. I think to the second. But the guy is having a student life. It's not the country. And we are, the situation we are facing a year, it's not about working again. It's not about working. That's what the thing I said. All you say is not of anything. You've got your thing. You don't have anything to work. That's really that. We have to change it together that session. I think the community policy, that's the only way we can do. If I cannot be every year, when you cannot be every year, if we allow ourselves to cannot be every year, that's a process.
All right, Mr. Faladun, thank you so much for your comment. We really appreciate you. The phone line is still on 055009850. 055009850. That's the number to join the discussion in the studio. Morning, sir. Please stay away from the phone line. Your phone line. Please stay away from it. I mean the radio set. Stay away from it. Go down the volume.
I'm away from it.
We can still get slight feedback, sir. We can still hear feedback.
Turn down the volume.
You might need to call us back. Please, when you want to call us, stay away from the radio set or you turn down the volume so that we won't be hearing ourselves and have feedback. There's someone else here.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, this is Viola from Ogbomoso.
Nice to have you.
Well done, guys. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say that as long as our politicians think only about themselves, we continue to see this kind of scene that we are seeing in APC these days. Obaseki, Oshiomole, and the acting national chairman. I mean, as long as there are no political ideologies, every Tom, Dick, and Harry will continue to crisscross from one party to the other. Because they don't have any plans for the government. All they care about is just their own pockets. Look at all that has happened within a week, just because people are they are power drunk. I think what has happened to Oshiomole will make people realize that only God has power. He is the only one that has the ultimate power. Somebody can't just sit in one place and think he has everything and he can dictate everything. I mean, so it's about time too that we rose up here in Nigeria and bring our politicians to book. They cannot continue like this. They can't just, they have no ideas, they have no plans for anybody. All they care about is just that. Because if that were not the case, why would you today be in APC, tomorrow you are in ADC, next tomorrow you are in PDP. Can you do that? Can a Republican jump from being a Republican to being a Democrat overnight? The ideologies are different, so you just can't do that.
All right.
Our politicians in Nigeria, they need to wake up and know what governing people means.
All right. Thank you so
and
much.
About the NNPC telling us 54 million liters of PMS goes to, I don't know, what is that supposed to be?
They are trying to,
Is this not a way of embezzling money meant for subsidy again? They used to tell us that there was nothing like subsidy. Now that they are there is subsidy. And look at the amount of PMS that is being wasted. Wasting the ordinary man's tax. This is not fair. May God help us.
Amen.
And about the 4-year lady, I read about her and I was wondering, what are parents doing these days? Children are supposed to be home with their parents. Why will a girl go? I saw the boy, he looked a good. What will that kind of a girl be doing with that kind of a boy? They said the boy then cook rice, and then he looked like the rice was poisoned. So she just died for nothing. I think parents should be up and doing, and they should monitor their children more.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate your comment. Thank you so much. Phone lines still open. You can still join the discussion. 08055009850, 08055009850. Comments already dropping on Facebook and Twitter. Oluyole Yadeleke Sharetronics is saying, good morning, guys. The crisis in the APC is purely for selfish and public interest. No vision, no ideology, no plan for the citizens. All these are a shadow of what is to come as we approach 2023. Thank you, Samson Okaola, saying good morning, Diantola. You guys are up to the task of broadcasting. Your impeccable analysis is highly commendable. Comrade Okaola, S.O. Obomosho. Thank you so much. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Aruna.
This is Aruna from Odoro, Ogbomoso.
Hey,
Mr. D&T, God Almighty is always your strength.
Amen.
Amen.
Mr. Tola, why did you come late this morning? You have a query to answer.
Okay. I apologize profusely for that.
He's not an Arsenal fan. I hope
No problem then. Now, the issue of amount they spent on Empower. Giving them 30,000 naira for now is not that enough. I'm just trying to urge the federal government to permanent those Empower so that at the end of their tenure, they have every cause to say at least we empower like 500 Empower. So I think I'm just...
I know you ran away because you don't want me to talk about Man City Arsenal. That's why you're even talking about that. You ran away, call back. I don't know. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Since I didn't meet on the line.
Nice to have you, Prince.
Yes. Now, on the issue of ADP and the issue of money and others, the issue of money now to have learned his lesson. When you find yourself in the leadership position, you don't need to act as a tyrant leader. The leadership doesn't act as a tyrant leader. He has learned his lesson now. Now, I said this, we have not seen anything on ADP. Let's wait and see what we see happen in the nearest future. Now, look at what is happening now. They had about 2 chairmen. Yes? We will endorse the form, we will endorse the candidate form. So I want to advise our people to please, whenever they find themselves in any leadership position, to do it with justice. Then on the issue of maybe that guy in his girlfriend's house, I want to advise the parents to please put proper monitoring on their children. Some parents don't know the whereabouts of their children. That's why mistake happens to some people. So I want to advise them to please take proper care of their children. They didn't say because they are in Nigerian citizens, they allow them to do whatever they like. It's not proper. So that's my challenge. Good day. Happy pleasant day.
All right, thank you so much, Prince. I appreciate the call. Comments still dropping in. Fumilola Adewale on Facebook saying, beautiful morning from this side, Mr. Diane Tolan. How was your night? Oh, okay, fine. You don't ask people how was your night. Okay, you don't want to know. Hope you guys are doing good. We are. Well done. May the good Lord continue to increase your wisdom. Okay, that's that. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bianchi.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, you are well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This case of Wadumi.
You didn't tell us your name, sir, and location.
This is Comrade Gesha from Elebu.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes. So the issue of Wadumi, you can see it to me, it exposed some kind of inadequacy within our security apparatus in Nigeria. Now, he has a friend DCO in police. He has a soldier friend.
Captain.
Who is aiding him. Trying to release him when he was arrested. Doing an dastardly act. So if those set of people can can stand for him, you can see that it speaks a lot. In terms of our security system in Nigeria. So our security system needs real overhauling. So that is why most of the time when people report these issues of Fulani raping people and killing people, before you know it, they take them to police station. Within the next 1 or 2 hours before you go back there, you see that they are released. So that is why it starts, and we need serious overhauling in our security system in Nigeria. So God will help us.
Amen. Thank you so much, Comrade Joshua from Elebu. Thank you. We really appreciate your call. Matthew Olalere on Facebook saying good morning, Mr. Dayan Tayo and Tola now. I'm enjoying you. Keep it up. God bless you. Yes, sir, from Milero Taufik. Akim Barnes also saying good morning. Adiola Sunday saying good morning, Mr. Dayan Tayo on APC leadership crisis. An adage says a house built with saliva will be destroyed by dew. Okay. All right. They can't manage the party. I can manage the whole country because save this country from total collapse. That's Comrade Sunday Adiola from Shaki. Bolanle Areo say good morning, guys. Anytime I think about this country and the type of leaders we have, my heart bleeds. Bolanle Areo posted that from Obomosho. Stick. So we lost our call. Please call back. Akintola Jide say Mr. D&T Obaseki Yoshi Omole and APC Saga is an interesting season film. It will surely end somehow. The Empower Minister is one of the bad things that has happened to Nigeria. She's a like of Alison Madweke. Oh, really? A woman for that matter. Dr. Jide Akintola Gumosha. What men can do?
They've not accused her of stealing yet. So
what men can do? Women are doing.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Layo Antola.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, this is Vicky Omobayoje. I'm calling from Mopamu, Gumoso.
Okay.
So concerning the fourth day yesterday, I think this man they came with a powerful hand. So they walloped the Arsenal yesterday with a powerful hand. So they are our enemy, and we are going to catch them at last.
Okay. Sorry. Are you an Arsenal fan?
Yeah,
sorry. We're due for a commercial break. Gunners and they are gone. When we come back, we'll take more calls. Don't go anywhere.
ṣé ọ̀nà fún àyà tàbí inú rẹ̀ ń gbóná ni inú rẹ̀ ń dàrú Andrews liver salt ń gbógun ti inú kíkún àti àyà títa ní wàrà ń ṣẹ̀ṣà tí àyípadà kò bá sí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ méjì lọ rí dókítà rẹ o.
Conversation with Dayo and Tola.
So glad to know you're there. Thank you so much for staying tuned. This is Oluyole. We'll have a firm. It's the conversation with Dayo Antola. We'll have a few more minutes to take some more calls.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, well done, Mr. Dayo Antola. It is David calling from Obomasho.
Mr. David.
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir, thank you. I want to talk on the issue of Basiki Oshiomale.
Go ahead.
You know, what is happening in APC is not new at all. Remember in 2015, when election is covered, it happened even in PDP.
Yes.
That was when some of these governors became from the APC. That is the way we practice our own politics here in Nigeria. Well, all what I know is that I supported what Mr. Dayo said this morning, that in Nigeria here, our politicians is like ideology. If you have an idea in your political party, you will continue to stick to your party and you make sure you implement the idea.
Well, the issue of sport, I told you I'm a Chelsea fan.
Oh.
What I don't want to say this morning will not be going. He has done that. Man, you will suffer. They need to go back to Europa League. That is where they have been positioned for the past 3 years. Thank you.
Okay. Well, your opinion. Agbomojo Wile on Facebook is saying from Ogbomoso, good morning to you all. What in Nigeria we are. The Jola Ore saying good morning, sir. Edo State and APC issue is a true indication that a true signal that we need to reform Nigeria politics. About the Wadume and the other soldier case, someone that's supposed to arrest offender now is being arrested. Any Agboju Okunle. Okay, I hope I got that. Ogao Ekweto from Ogbomoso. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. My name is John.
Okay, Mr. John.
I'm calling from Ibadan.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I was almost thinking that you have a selected number that normally comes through because every time I listen to your program and I try to call, it's not successful.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just the traffic.
Okay, it's okay. I just want to talk about this APC matter.
Okay.
I do think that I'm not even blaming the political party, whether PDP or APC. I do think it's a Nigerian thing. And over time, I think we have swallowed that kind of politics, I'm not going to be here blaming Oshomole or blaming Obaseki because they knew the kind of covenant they entered before these things came up. But I just appeal to Nigerians to know that a lot of things can be achieved if there is a unity of purpose, and that is if the focus is on the people. That's all. If the focus is on the people, all these embargoes will not happen. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. John. So you can see that there's no special line. Just keep trying. For all those who have always been trying and they couldn't get through, please keep trying.
If we are going to cut Comrade Oshomole some slack, still talking about the APC crisis, I think perhaps he was trying to promote party supremacy. Maybe you overdid things actually, but it's so whereby in the states, for instance, the governors become the overlords of the party, and the party chairman, the state party chairman, has to take instructions from the governor. I think he was trying to change things.
Well, no doubt. Some people also ask that why I do.
Why I do?
People will still want to ask that. Can we rule out personal interest in all of this? We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. Mr. Dayankela.
Good morning, sir.
I'm from
Okay, please go ahead, sir.
As I used to say that PAPC are in this arena. See what is well as cause now. You appointed an acting chairman who you know that is critically ill. And you are saying another person should take over for him as an acting chairman. You don't see that APC now, they are not in this area. You don't want the next thing for them to do. So that's the end of APC. You also see what I said, you go to bury PDP when he was governor. But now see, he is not burying APC. Thank you. Good morning.
Mr. Isaac, that's the way you see it. The party is still standing. It would not be fair to say that's their hand. You want to say something?
But actually, when the legal fireworks begin, it made a point here that one of the acting national chairmen is indisposed at the moment. Now, when the legal fireworks begin, how do you defend the fact that someone who is ill, the decisions made, the illicit issued at that particular point in time? And
you have a very valid point here.
I mean, those decisions could be questioned, could be queried. What was the state of mind at the time, being indisposed?
We wish them all the best. We'll take one or two more calls.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Reverend Babatode from Langate.
All right, Reverend.
We want to thank our governor, Governor Shehimakide, for opening the churches and mosques. And that of the school that we open on the 29th of this month. But we want to appeal to all our people to obey all the regulations from the NCDC so that COVID-19 will not surface again in Oyo State and in Nigeria in general. Thank you very much. Dr. Babatode from Lalate.
Thank you,
so
Reverend.
much, Reverend. We really appreciate your call. Abiola Moses is saying, Osho Baba is now a perfect gentleman. He has no choice now. He has been suspended. You must be gentle by force. Take the last.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
This is Haruna again from Odoro.
Okay, Haruna.
Mr. Tola, I want you to talk to Rigona Soldier, our Manchester United coach. If you try to give us the best against Tottenham tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Oluwaji is here. Don't worry. We answer you. We answer you. All right. One last call before we go.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, you're on.
This is Mr. Bolawano calling from somebody.
From where, sir?
Hello? From Gambari, Ogbomoso.
Okay,
Please go ahead, sir.
Hello?
Where with you?
The crisis in Edo is a crisis that will finish APC. Because the present governor, the sitting governor himself, he has betrayed the finger that fed him. And I cannot blame Osomele. But because I'm so surprised that this kind of judgment is coming at this time. So the judgment that has been delivered by the Court of Appeal, it comes with a kind of suspicion. Because it's not the right time. Why is it that the judgment is coming at a time when the primary is being conducted? So somebody has been disqualified and he has been disqualified. So, and that is just it. So that is the message for him. So because before Osomele picked him, he must have talked to him that this how things should be done. But somebody that said you are now trying to get rid of him at all costs. So it is not done. People should always clear. So when somebody loyalty matters a lot in life, if you know you cannot meet up with what allows you to be blamed, so it's better you leave it. If he has left that, so someone will have picked another person. So that is my own contribution, and that's the way I look at the entire issue.
Thank you
so you are well done, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Bola from Ogbomoso. We really appreciate you. Reverend Babatunde from Lanlate, Isaac Agbola from Owude Ogbomoso, John from Ibadan, David from Ogbomoso, Omo Bayanja from Ogbomoso, Comrade Joshua from Elebu, President Deremi Aruna from Odo, he called twice, Adeola from Ogbomoso, Falado from Kumapa Yolodi. We appreciate you. Thank you for making a date with us. Till we come your way again, same time tomorrow, 6:30 to 7:30. This same program, Conversation with Dayo Atola, remain Oladayo Ogunbowale.
Tola Teriba.
We hand you over to Boluwaji, all the Man U and the Arsenal fans. Don't call. Don't try to call today. Don't call.
Ibadan. Good morning, Oyo State. Good morning, Nigeria. Time check at 7:30 a.m. And you already know that it's sport time right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Yes, you know we are the Trailblazers. Yes, we are the pride of the nation. And Boluwaji Ogumla is here once again to bring you up to speed with all the happenings in the world of sports. Bringing you the latest, the hottest, and the juiciest news from football to tennis to basketball. This lovely Thursday morning. Yes, football return. on in England yesterday. 2 exciting games. Yes, we had the goal line technology error yesterday, as well as the David Luiz error also yesterday. Yes, tell your friends that the show is here once again. You can listen live on the internet. Just visit www.bcos.tv/listen or on Facebook and of course on Twitter. Just check us out on Facebook www.facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM, and on Twitter we are at Oluyole FM. Don't forget, you can also listen to us via our mobile application downloadable on Google Play Store this lovely morning. Spotted Beat on Oluyole at 98.5 FM. You'll be hearing from the man who committed 2 very important errors that condemned Arsenal to a 3-0 loss to Manchester City yesterday at the Etihad Stadium. We also hear the thoughts of those who actually did that particular, the operators of the goal line technology in the Premier League. They have a message for all football fans this morning. Just listen up for that particular message on Spotted Beat this morning. But before that, let's start from the local scene, where the general manager of Enugu Rangers International Football Club, Mr. Davidson Owome, has said that African Football Governing Body CAF is yet to officially communicate to the club on the planned COVID-19 fundraising tournament. It will be recalled that FIFA had listed Enugu Rangers and the Enyimba Football Club alongside 14 other African top clubs that will play in the fundraising tournament. The former Nigerian international has said that the club only saw the news online and is yet to be formally informed. You remember that a list of 16 top clubs in the continent was selected based on popularity, have been invited for the tournament by CAF through FIFA. FIFA said the tournament would also be held in other continents, but did not put up specific time frame. FIFA also disclosed that the tournament would only take place when it is safe for fans to return to the stadium. All right, moving on this one, let's go straight to France. Fans have been complaining that Victor Osimhen, the best striker in Lille, is yet to resume training, and the coach of the side, Christophe Gatlier, has revealed why Victor Osimhen is yet to join his teammates for pre-season training. Lille has started training for the new season this week with the Nigerian international, the only absentee. Osimhen, who joined Lille from Belgian side Sporting Charleroi last summer, lost his father last month and has now been granted a compassionate leave by the club. According to the coach of the side, the only player missing is Victor Osimhen, who recently lost his father. At this period, he needs to be close to his family, so we have decided with the club to allow him stay with his family for the funeral. The 21-year-old scored 18 goals and provided 6 assists in 31 appearances across all competitions for Lille last season. Alright, that puts to rest all the rumors that have been flying around that Victor Osimhen didn't return to the club because he wants to leave the side. No, he's been given compassionate leave. Coming back to Nigeria this morning, West Youth and Sport Minister Sunday Dare has said that it will cost about $1.5 million to renovate the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja. The minister, who stated this during a recent inspection tour of the facility, added that the funds for the stadium's repair would be sourced privately. In his words, it will cost almost $1.5 million private funds to fix the stadium, and there are processes in handling such a project. We have to check the best company that can do the job. We are in the final stage in which the contractor will be mobilized to site, so I'm calling on all Nigerians to be very patient. You remember that 2 weeks ago pictures flew on social media condemning the way that stadium has actually been abandoned by the federal government. And the Minister of Sport this morning has said that work will soon commence at that particular ground. Alright, moving on this morning, let's check out my Olumide Oyedeji series for today. While we're on episode 4, and on episode 4 this lovely morning, Olumide Oyedeji has a whole lot to reveal to us about himself. And this time around, he'll be talking to us about how he ventured into professional basketball. Let's listen to Olumide Oyedeji this morning. because of my background, that was on October 31st, 1995. I just came out. I read newspapers a lot, like Free Readers Club. So I was reading newspapers, and I saw 4 of my schoolmates. They got to receive an award. When they received an award, it was just like, wow, these people can receive this award. I can do the same thing. So I saw them every time. They're not better than me. They have 2 hands. I have 2 hands. So because of my background, that was December 31st. If I don't go to church all year round, which I do go, I must go to church 31st of December. Mm-hmm. So to pray against the new year. That was how I brought up. I went out there. I was like, God, I don't want anything. It's you I'm talking to now. I want these next years to be the year of my breakthrough in basketball. I want you to bless me so I could bless other people. I want you to bless me so I could change life. I want you to use me so people can glorify you through me. So at least to be an example for others that you're worthy to be praised. So I did that, and from then I never looked back. Wow. Then I played for Customs. Despite the past obstacles, went here and there. Then I got employed by Customs, Nigerian Customs. Then after just a few months, after the Ebon Comets, my dream team, and Islanders, which one of the best team, were like, oh, we want you to come. I was like, no. So I decided to join Ebon Comets, which was like the turnaround of my basketball career. So I learned from Coach Ayodele Bakare. From nowhere, I became the MVP of Nigerian League. From nowhere, I became the talk of the country. From nowhere, when they already made a team list of the Nigerian national team, I got invited to the national team. And from there, nowhere, I went to World University Games. Despite I never had the chance to play for my university. Wow. And I left school then and became the best players in the world and MVP. So that was how everything picked up.
They listen to Oluyole Ideji. Yes, the longest serving D Tigers captain and one of Nigeria's most successful basketball player. We'll find out tomorrow on episode 5. Yes, Oluyole Ideji will be telling us a whole lot about himself, some private information about himself. You want to keep it a date with us tomorrow for that particular one. Moving on this morning, world 100-meter champion Christian Coleman has been provisionally suspended after missing a third doping